Good morning, everyone. We're going to give it a couple minutes while people are logging in.
Yeah, come on in and sit in the front row. Make sure you got a seat down front for this last session of the Transitions Academy.
We hope everyone appreciated the live entertainment last night that was provided.
So that's one of the good things about a virtual conference is that you can sit wherever you want. Turn the volume up as high or as low as you want. And yeah, and you can have your own entertainment and your own conference chicken or whatever meal you want delivered to you. So, all right. So it is 11:30. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you for joining us for the Transitions Academy. Thank you for joining us for this last session. And yeah, okay. Liz, see, now you've started something, Amy. Elizabeth wants to know what she missed.
She was great basketball.
Yeah. Okay, so as the other sessions, this one also will be recorded and will be on the Transitions Academy website where you logged in to this session as we build that out with all the recordings, and the presentations are there, and this one is as well. And I'm going to go ahead and put in the chat and this is also on that page, it's our resources page. So today we're going to highlight for you a few of the new resources that are coming to you from as part of the ongoing Transitions Academy. So with me today is Aime'e, Julian from ICSPS, and Tara Schwab from SIPDC. So let's go ahead and get started. One of the things that we are very excited about is the Team Teacher Talk Show series of videos. And we started this last spring. It's taken us a little bit of time to get the recording completed and some of the editing. So if you may be familiar with the team teacher or the team teaching videos that are part of the accelerating opportunity that were made quite a few years ago, and they're still very good, but we really felt like we needed an update and we needed some current voices to be heard. So today you're going to get a sneak peek preview of the Team Teacher video series. Now, these are not completely edited. So the firm that we're using, Business Builders, I'm sure want us to put the disclaimer in that we're showing these ahead of time. This just gives you an indication of kind of what we picked two of them, what they're kind of look like. The first one is from College of Lake County, Leva Loftus, and let me go ahead and bring this up, and I can't remember the name of her partner, but there you go.
We were so excited about this opportunity because we hoped that more students would be able to succeed and go further. And we're both really there for the students, so I did hit the jackpot. Team teaching with him.
I always go back to Leva and ask her, how was that, Leva? Was that good? Did you understand all of it? And she was always able to give me feedback to make sure it was understandable from everybody's perspective, not just somebody who's been around cars and technology forever. She gave me tips, ideas, how to improve, how to be a better instructor. Because when you have a better instructor, then you ultimately have better students.
I think that playing at your strengths, but listening to the thing that's not your strength so that you can understand. It helped me really understand better what they're learning and doing. That's not something I expected going in there.
They're there to support you. They're there to help you. They're there to make the class better. Team teaching, it's been great. It's actually helped me be a better instructor just because I have that constant feedback. I don't see one reason why somebody shouldn't do it.
There you go. Not one reason somebody shouldn't do this. So, and then we have team teachers from Rend Lake College. Amber Fan and Allie Whittington. So let me bring that one up.
When they matched us together, there was a good personality flow to begin with. We give each other that respect professionally. I lead the class and she leads her part in support.
Anything to help reinforce that content that Amber has taught in the classroom. You really have to have that passion for helping them to succeed and making them realize that they can.
The team works because you've got more eyes on the issue. We're really big together as far as like adapt and overcome. And if I'm stuck or I'm just like, I'm kind of out of ideas, what do you think? And so then that collaborative effort works.
You can come up with different ideas and mesh those together to make them work and be willing to compromise too, because your viewpoints may be different.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes other people see things in you and then we kind of take that too and go, you know what, let's work on that with our students. And we see things in them too.
That they don't see in themselves, that they don't think they're capable of. And once you give it a go, then they realize that it was a good fit for them.
All right, so that was just two. That was just a little sneak peek to get you excited about the Team Teacher Talk Show concept. And you can see they're two different teams. They have a different, each has a little bit different approach. I do love how Amber and Allie were kind of finishing each other's sentences. They've, I believe, taught together a few times. Christina, if you're out there, you can verify whether that's correct or not. But so Amber is a nursing instructor. And then the CLC was an automotive instructor. So it gave a little bit of differences there to showcase. So we hope that you'll find a lot of ways to use this to help maybe your team teachers understand team teaching, or maybe there's somebody that you need to share this concept with. So it's another voice, kind of an extension on the video series that we shared with yesterday. So this will be coming out probably in the next month or so, very soon. They're in the final edits. So that's very exciting and we are happy to see that. And yes, so Christina, thank you for verifying that yes, Amber and Allie have taught together for several years. So they're kind of like a very good partnership. And one of the things that we've seen at Ren Lake over the years is Amber, as the nursing instructor, has been quite an advocate for ICAPS. She's been able to sing that song to other people and be a champion for ICAPS. And so we really appreciate that whenever we have somebody like that's helping in that way. All right, so in addition to the team teacher videos, we've also updated the ICAPS development manual, and that is now on the ICAPS website. It's also on the Excellence site, and it has tons of great information for you. We had somebody say to us in a meeting, you know, when you put out something new, we'd love for you to say what is new instead of just saying it's updated. So we've done that on this slide. So some of the things in the ICAPS manual is the same information that you had before, but on this slide are the things that we've updated. So one of the things that we put in was the Career Pathways Dictionary. We provided language and resources for the state demand occupational list requirement for ICAPS programs. We've updated the new approval process for ICAPS, including the new JOT form. And I think Tara's going to tell us a little bit more about that. We've included the new data entry section with the DAISY user guide in our big push to make sure that we are not only providing ICAPS and bridges, but we are capturing all of those great gains in the DAISY system. We've updated information on ability to benefit, some information on SNAP ENT funds. There is an overview that Andy Gravemeyer had recorded for us as part of the Forum for Excellence, so we included that. And then also some of the great recruitment strategies from last spring. So that is all in the new updated ICAPS manual. And I think, yes, thank you, Tara, for putting that in the chat. Very good. Okay, moving on. Tara, you want to tell us about the JOT forms?
Absolutely. So we received a lot of feedback about the application process, and ICCB already had it in the works to update the bridge application JOT form to really kind of streamline that process and make it very clear in terms of what each part of the bridge program should look like. And so ICCB decided to do the same thing for ICAPS. So due to popular demand, both JOT forms are now updated and available. And so we can put these in the chat. They're also available on the ICCB website. I just checked. They're there. They're live. They work. And we are more than happy to, here is the bridge JOT form. And also on this slide is just a little snippet of our new JOT form. So you can see that it's meant to streamline the process and make it easier. They do not auto save. And this says on both of the JOT forms, when you pull them up from the ICCB website, it does say these don't auto save. So please go ahead and put your work somewhere else. A lot of the programs have been copying and pasting, and actually ICCB also made available kind of a work form that you can use, and you can copy and paste right from that onto the JOT form, since they don't auto save if you can't do it all in one sitting. So thank you so much, ICCB, for doing that. It's really helping. And we've heard some positive news from people who have tried it out. So make sure to check that out. Also, we wanted to kind of give you a little update. There is an IET Design Camp that's supported by the U.S. Department of Education that different members from around the state are participating in. And thank you, Aime'e just shared the toolkit that we wanted to make available. It really takes IET planning step by step, kind of gives programs some different ideas of how to partner, questions to ask. They have some worksheets available for, I like to write things down. It's just a really comprehensive toolkit that we wanted to make available for everyone. So please make sure to take advantage, take a look at that. And of course, you've heard about these a few times, I hope, but we have ICAPS office hours every other Thursday from 11 to 12. If you can't make it the whole time, we all hang out in there from 11 to 12. So Sarah and I and Angela Gerberding from ICCB hang out in there. So Angela answers policy questions. Sarah and I do our best to support research, provide resources, structural questions. So we really do our best to help people out. And honestly, programs, people who have started come back because sometimes we have a question that we're all going to break and find out the answers to, and then come back to the next ICAPS office hours. So it's just also a good time to kind of listen to what everyone else is doing. So the last time we did a little promo on the fly. So we are going to go ahead and play that one more time in case you haven't seen it, but please join us for ICAPS office hours. I'm going to put the
Hi,
rest.
everybody, we're at ICAPS office hours, and we would love to have you come and join us.
I really recommend coming to the ICAPS office hours. It's a great way to network and get your questions answered.
It's also a great place to come and find out what questions you need to ask, to find out all about ICAPS and the things that you might be missing in claiming students.
It really is a soft place to land. Everyone here is so helpful and understanding.
We meet every other Thursday.
So come join us at the ICAPS office hours. ICCB is here with obviously myself, and we can set up meetings, we can get information and go from there. So come join us.
Fantastic, Tara, thank you for that. And again, all of these resources are things that we're doing to support your programs as you're working to develop ICAPS programs that you're in your area. So starting in January, we're going to have our learning communities will be coming back. So you're looking at the second Thursday of each month for the ICAPS learning community. Let me post those in the chat there. And then the third Thursday of each month for the bridge learning communities. And depending on where your program is, I really encourage you all to attend, because there is something to learn as we go through. If you attended the session yesterday on apprenticeship, we're going to do a deeper dive on apprenticeship during the learning communities. So they are professional development. They're not just a sit and chat and ask questions. That's part of it. But really the learning community is also where we're infusing some of that professional development. So we'll have more information on apprenticeship. There was a session yesterday on the training guide, the Teagle, and we're going to go into that on the learning communities as well. So as that information comes up, as the workforce system changes and adapts, as ICCB has things to share with you, it's going to be shared through those learning communities. So we do encourage you to register for those. Both the links are in the chat, and that's a nice way for us to be in touch. And that's every month. So second Thursday of each month for the ICAPS learning community, and the third Thursday of each month for the Bridge community. The next thing is the Workforce Wednesdays. And if you're not aware of these, or if you're not on the list, let us know so we're able to meet with you, or we can get you added to that list. The Workforce Wednesdays is the Workforce Wednesday webinar. These are done in coordination with our WIOA partners, so Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, and the IDES, and DCEO, and DHS. And the topics vary. Right now, we're focusing on trauma and what trauma has been, how trauma was created by COVID. So the next few series is on that. We're also looking at performance reporting for Title I, but they vary from time to time and across the year. But every Wednesday at 10 a.m. is the Workforce Wednesdays. And then if there's a double feature, that's at 1 p.m. If you're not on the listserv, and the reason I say this is the listserv, it comes out every Monday where we say what's coming up. You can register. All of this is free, by the way. I want to be sure that you're aware that everything that we've talked about today is completely free for you to join in and participate in. So we do want you to be a part of that. There was a question in the chat about what time are the learning communities. Those are at 2 p.m. And then, yes, if you know, our own Chris McElroy presented on a Workforce Wednesday webinar session, and that's the example that's on the screen there. So we do have representation from adult ed. We hear from our other partners, and a lot of them are general topics that the whole system needs to hear about. And then finally, I want to encourage you to share with us, what are you doing with your ICAPS programs? Any questions, stories to share, please reach out to us. And all of our emails are there. You, I think by now, have all of our emails in different places or positions to get a hold of. So do reach out, share with us your stories. There is the effective practices portion of the adult education website. We're also looking for things to share on best practices for ICAPS. We've been sharing that since the beginning. One of the things, as Jennifer brought us together yesterday and said that, you know, since 2013, we've been doing this. And I know I haven't aged and we all haven't aged, but our kids have. So we know that time is passing. But that's a lot of time. We've done a lot of things. And one of the best things about the ICAPS programming is that we learn from each other. So Joliet might be doing something amazing. And they're like, yeah, it's just regular business, but it's amazing. And so we want to share that out with the state. And then Rend Lake will say, oh, you know what, I'm going to take that, I'm going to run with it, I'm going to do this with it. And it really does allow us to share not only in our own successes, but also to have success across the state with this programming. So I do encourage you to share your stories, ask questions, attend the learning communities, attend the office hours, because the reason this program is so successful is not only the supports that we provide for our students in those wraparound services, but the supports that we provide for each other as administrators of the program. So reach out to us. We're here. We'd love to hear from you and help you and send you all kinds of other resources. The other thing I want to just make you aware of is we've shared a lot of different things that we've come up with. So the team teaching video series, the equity video series, the universal design for learning video series, all these resources that we produce, some of them are kind of our little brain children, but a lot of them come from you. So I really encourage us, if you have an idea for something you want to see, if you have a topic you want on the learning communities, let Sarah, Tara, myself, Brittany, one of us know, and we'll make that happen. Those are the things that we do because we want our professional development to meet your needs.
Thank you, Amy. I could just add to that. You've already said it, but I just feel compelled to say one more time, the only way that we have the excellent menu of resources on the ICAPS website is because of all the people that have walked this walk for the last almost 10 years. So we appreciate that very much. And so again, if you're doing something, maybe you don't think it's that great, but please share it, let us know. And I've got a list running over here of people that I'm reaching out to get some resources that I heard about in the last day and a half, but please share that because we're so excited when we hear the great practices that are going on out there. And one of the other resources that we did not put on here, but it is on your resource list, is mentoring. As Amy was just talking about mentoring, I thought, boy, we really need to highlight that a little bit more. If you want a mentor program, We are happy to match you up, and you can reach out to any of the three of us and we will match you up with the program. I do want to give a big shout out to Joliet Junior College, who this summer stepped up and said, hey, can we do some mentoring? They volunteered. And so we really appreciate it. We were able to match them up with several programs, and they ran a summer mentoring program. And then Lauren Zajac from Moraine Valley did that for Bridges as well. So we really appreciate how people are helping each other. And there was,
I was going to say, there's several of you are asking to be added to the Wednesday webinars. Yes, we will add everybody who is on this call, and then you can opt out. But then also, if you get it and you share it with your peers, they can either add themselves in or you can opt out. So it does come out from Constant Contact. It comes out every Monday. We coordinate that, and a lot of it is sharing not only the great work that is being done across the country. It focuses on what we're doing for our Wednesday webinars, but it's a fantastic resource to have. And again, if you're not feeling like it that Monday, hit delete and catch it the next week. So yes, I'll be sure to add all of you to that. And yes, please do share it with your WIOA partners, because the list is growing. I do want to take a moment as we move to the next slide. I want to say a couple things. One is there's going to be an evaluation. If you know by now, when SIPDC and ICSPS do professional development, we're doing evaluation. So we do encourage you, I think that's the next slide. We do encourage you to complete that evaluation. So please be sure to complete that. It'll come out later this afternoon. It's literally like a 2-minute evaluation. And we want to hear from you. We want to hear how we're doing. We want to hear how we can improve. And we want to hear what you liked and did not like. The other thing I want to say, and I don't know if they're in the room, but they need to hear this, is I want to thank ICCB. ICCB is the reason, as we said yesterday, the reason we all do come together, the reason I get to work with all of you, and the reason that Sarah and Tara and Brittany and all of us get to plan these fantastic events. But I want to thank the leadership at ICCB, because without their vision, this would not have been possible. I also want to thank everyone who's in the background at ICSPS, at SIPDC. This is a fun lift, and it is very fun to work with this group of people, but it also is a lift for all of us. So I want to thank all of you who are not being seen right now, or those of us who are being seen, for the great camaraderie that really does bring career and technical education together with adult education to make these programs possible for our students. And with that, I'll hand it back over to Sarah to take us home.
does anybody have any questions or comments? Or this is the part where we all say, happy trails, thanks for being here, safe travels going down the hall and back again, following the Transitions Academy. And y'all, I mean, we just really appreciate everything that you're doing. We appreciate this opportunity to be together, and hopefully we'll see you all in person sometime in the next year.
Julie Frost does have her hand up. Julie, do you want me to, I'm going to unmute you if you'd like to speak.
I just had a question. So we need to have for IET program, both the IET program approved and a support class. Is that correct from what I understood from the JOT form?
Yeah, so you do have to have your IET approved, and that's from the JOT form. And then the adult ed component of that also needs to be approved through CC.
Mm-hmm. So 2 parts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for that question, Julie. Appreciate it. All right, thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your week.
Yes,
Thank you.